quick, like and subscribe if you guys want this VIP customer to come into your restaurant. Nice intro, Alpha.
Riding round in a rover. If I see Optimus over, I'll send men straight to the Pova. When I take shots like M-Shot Pova.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. That was some good vocals, not gonna lie. I was pretty good, not gonna lie. All right, so as you can see from the title, boys, welcome. First of all, welcome. If you guys are new, hit that sub button, boys. I'm only gonna say it once in today's video because I've noticed I've been saying it a lot and I don't want to put too much stress on y'all. But yeah, do that. Anyways, once again, if you can see from the title, I'm pretty much gonna be doing a little quick video on helping the beginners. So these tips are literally just gonna be for beginners. They probably could help people who are far along in the game, but probably not. Honestly, don't have anything like written down, but I'm basically just gonna wing it and hoping that I have good enough tips to help you beginners. So of course, it would have been really helpful if I had another account to quickly, you know, like start all over to actually show you guys, like, I guess better, you know, tips to actually like show them in action, if that makes sense. But I have my other main account grinding on BGS right now, so I couldn't do it. But this is enough me just telling you guys and hoping you guys are able to follow along. But first things first, if you're just getting into my restaurant, you guys do not need any of these other fancy stuff. All right, unless you got the money to spare, go ahead, but I say don't do it. Just stick to the cheap chairs as long as possible until you're able to build up enough money to get the tiki tables. You don't even got to get the tiki chairs. You can stick with the cheap chairs, combining them with the tiki tables. Again, it's just going to save money on the long run. The only reason why I'm letting you guys know to save up to the tiki tables is obviously most of the, you know, main setups currently in the game consists of, you know, the double tables right here, because we have the royal ones. But obviously, if you do not have enough money for the royal ones, you can buy the tiki tables. It's perfectly fine. So once again, don't spend your money on a bunch of expensive stuff, because all this other stuff obviously isn't going to boost your customers in any way. Like if you have these luxury tables and chairs, it's not going to boost it in any way. Unless of course you have the royal chairs, because then, you know, it obviously VIPs come in. You know, it's what it does. It's what it does. Second thing will be with appliances. So with stoves, you guys obviously start off with a cheap stove when you barely, you know, start off. I say you really only gotta stop at the double stove when it comes to these stoves until you like can actually start grinding, you know, AFK grinding, and then slowly move your way up to like the high tech. But a luxury stove is just it's really not needed unless you really want to grind the game. But if you're a person who like wants to have a lot of stoves, then, you know, just sticking with the double stoves are more than enough, because of course the luxury and high tech are going to be way faster. But if you have over, let me give an example, 10 double stoves, I mean, they're all going to be pretty slow compared to those, but you're always going to be using them. Like they're always going to be one available. But hopefully that makes sense to you. But you know, of course, if you're someone with the setup that's, you know, is pretty small, if you're only running typically like 4 to 5 stoves or even more, then you really only need high tech stuff. But there's no need to have more than like 4 of these at most. There's no need to have more than like 4. Now with the dishwashers, of course, you know, you start with the regular one. I really don't recommend going for any of these double ones. I don't really understand why people went for the double ones, you know, taking up more space. It's just, no, it's just, it takes up too much space. And, you know, it's just, no, it just, yeah, it just no, yeah. Once again, the stainless dishwasher is more than enough. Again, with the dishwashers, you really don't need more than 2. With the stoves, again, it's kind of like 4. But with the luxury dishwashers, I mean, with my setup, let me quickly show you that right now. This setup right here, boys, I only have 2 luxury dishwashers, and that's all I need. Look at that. They're not even, look at this. And they're not even coming close to being filled up. Not even close. And there's setups out there that have up to like 4 to 5 luxury dishwashers, and it's just, it's not needed. I mean, with the stoves, I mean, I guess it would help to maybe have 1 more stove. Probably not. I mean, look at my luxury stoves. I mean, there's some times where it's like 2 seconds where they're not being used, and that's obviously a good sign. Really, once again, I mean, I guess this is a little small tip to you people who are far along in the game. If you want to save space and, you know, you make your own setups and everything, they're just letting you know. I mean, 3 stoves. I mean, at first I said 4, but honestly 3. You really don't need more than 3. luxury dishwashers, you really don't need more than 2. And alrighty, the next one I guess would be with the game passes. So I'm gonna do this pretty quick. Game passes, VIP. It is not worth it on the long run. VIP really only helps you when you're barely starting off, because the thing that it gives you, like every 10 minutes or every 15 minutes you get 1,000. I mean, that helped a lot when I first got into this. The discounts over here, that it's only available to the people who have VIP. I mean, obviously that helps every now and then, but I don't need the discounts anymore. I have plenty of dinero, and everything else is just pretty much you just don't need it. But yeah, VIP really isn't needed, only helps within like the first couple days. Bigger restaurant, they need to buff it. They only expand the restaurant left and right if you're staring at it at the front entrance, 1 block, and then back 2. They need to buff it. Auto collect. So I think auto collect is probably the best game pass they have. All right, if you guys ever want to spend Robux on this game, I say go for auto collect, because then obviously it saves one less job that your waiters need to do, because your waiters do need to go when they like collect dishes, they also need to collect the money. And obviously with the auto collect, it's gonna help a ton. Money tree, not worth it at all, also needs to be buffed. Or if they're not gonna buff it, they just gotta drop the Robux. Same with the bigger restaurant. If they're not gonna buff it, they just gotta drop the Robux. It's way too expensive for something that's basically only useful within the first couple days of you playing. Same with rich customers. It's for sure 1,200. No, never doing that. Just no, y'all. No. Golden wishing well though, I like it. I would say it was probably worth the Robux. I honestly forgot how much it was worth, but I don't remember it being too much. So for sure, golden wishing well, I recommend buying. Obviously the themes don't do anything, it's all cosmetic, but the future theme though, I mean, I would say it's pretty much worth the Robux. It looked really nice, really nice. And with the bundles, you guys, this is pretty much the same case with the previous game passes. They really are only useful within the first couple days of playing the game, probably only like the first day. I mean, that's one thing that pretty much they failed to do with the game passes, is that they're pretty expensive and they're only really useful within the first couple of days, and then after they're completely useless. But at the same time, it is called a starter bundle for a reason. I mean, it's the name's in it. I mean, obviously it's a starter bundle, you're not going to get much out of it. But then, just the other ones, the high-tech bundle, luxury bundle, it's just ain't worth it. So I mean, the best they can do is just lower the price. I mean, if they do that, then of course it'll be some pretty good game passes, just starter bundles to help you get started into the game. Obviously help you a lot, especially if you're running those those 2 luxury ones. It's gonna help a lot, obviously. But 800, I believe, is a tad bit too much, especially with the royal bundle. You get, I believe, the table plus 4 chairs. I don't think they give you all 6 chairs. And definitely 5,000 Robux is way too much. I think we can all agree 5,000 Robux for a royal bundle is way, let me just show you. I can either spend 5,000 Robux for a table, and wait, honestly, I don't even know if is it 3 chairs. Okay, it's 4. So I was right. 4 chairs and a table, or I can buy this once and buy this 4 times. Kaboom. All right, I just saved myself 5,000 Robux. I mean, obviously I had the money. I mean, I'm just trying to give an example. Hopefully you guys were like understand what I was trying to show there. But clearly there's a bunch of other people who are not able to do that. I mean, like what I just did, I just bought it like nothing. I mean, I bought the other 4 chairs like nothing, and then I can just simply just sell them if I wanted to. Look at this. I got 2 right there. I mean, I got the 4 that I bought. Yeah, I'm not selling the chairs, but I'll sell the tables. No, wait, I don't want to. Wait, no. Tables. Okay, tables, let's sell them. 1.8 million, let's grab it. All right, it's something. Now moving on to the boost. Once again, I just gotta, make sure I clarify that most of these tips are really only meant for people who are just starting the game, like literally today, or they've been playing for a couple days. I'm just helping them with the small things. Again, with the boost, double profits, I would say is pretty worth it. But if you're able to combine double profits with advertising campaign, if you're able to do that, then I highly recommend doing that. It's just gonna obviously help a lot more, and you're gonna be putting your Robux for better use. Celebrity and VIP customer, definitely not worth the 50 Robux. I mean, especially the VIP customer. Hyper stoves, once again, I mean, if you're able to combine all 3, go ahead. I mean, it's just another thing that just adds on, and you're able to use your Robux for better use. I just think they should probably drop it a bit because the advertising campaign was at 60 Robux, and I just believe that was a perfect price, especially because they only give you it for 15 minutes. Like, come on now. And then they raised it to 80. I don't know what they were on, but they were on something when they decided to raise it up to 80. But oh well, I mean, it happens. I mean, double profits at 150. I mean, I would probably say like 120. I mean, that's a little more reasonable. But hyper stoves, definitely drop it a bit. I mean, people don't really need the hyper stoves, especially because, you know, the luxury stoves itself is just more than enough. So, I mean, I highly doubt they actually get a lot of sales on the hyper stoves. But once again, that's that. So the golden tip jar was not on the game passes, but I do highly recommend buying the tip jar. And 150 Robux is I think is perfect. If anything, this is probably the only thing they should have raised a little higher. In my opinion, I think the golden tip jar should have been a little more Robux than it is now. 150, I just don't think is, you know, enough. I mean, because with VIP customers, it says right here, if you guys read, it says there's a 50% chance for customers to tip when they finish eating. And though that 50% only goes for the regular customers, if you have VIP customers, it will be guaranteed that they will tip when they finish eating. So of course, if you have a setup like this, or you simply just have a bunch of royal dining, then I highly recommend getting the golden tip jar. It's gonna boost your money like crazy, because you guys saw how many tips I just got right now. It's crazy. All right, it's a lot. They'd be tipping up to like $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, boys. It's a lot. So moving on to these, you know, 4 items right here: the slot machine, the wishing well, the jewelry case, I can't pronounce it because I'm a dummy, and the gumball machine. Of course, to all the beginners, when you ever have enough, go ahead and buy one of them. Especially the wishing well. I mean, to you guys who don't know what they do, whenever you click it, you obviously get a free boost from one of these. Like, you get a chance of getting one of these, or just cash. So obviously, to those peeps who are not able to, you know, afford Robux all the time, pretty much this wishing well right here will be able to, you know, give you one of those free boosts that cost Robux for free, you know. And you can only buy one, unfortunately. Wait every 5 hours, unfortunately, but it's free. Nothing beats free, y'all. And with the slot machine, it's the same case. I mean, free boost, a $777,000, kind of, you know, pricey for the beginners, but whenever you have enough, I really recommend getting this one. This one's basically a little better than the wishing well. They practically do the same thing. It's just with this one, you get 3 different ones, 3 different boosts. I think with the wishing well, when you get one of the boosts, it'll be a lot longer time. Like, for example, if you get double profits from the wishing well, it's most likely going to be like 30-40 minutes. But if you get it from the slot machine, I believe it's only like 3 minutes or something. But I mean, it's still, you get 3 different types of boosts, which is awesome. But with the gumball machines, of course, if you're not able to get the tip jar, of course, buy the gumball machine. Again, it's, you know, in-game currency. You go ahead and buy it when you have enough. It's $3,200. I mean, that's nothing, boys. That's nothing. And you want to have at least 26 of these gumball machines, because that does guarantee someone to buy a gumball. Just make sure whichever floor you have, you know, like tables and chairs, make sure there's at least one gumball machine there. So you can have, for example, you can have 25 gumball machines on your last floor. Let's say your 10th floor, and you have one gumball machine in your first floor where you have all your chairs. All your customers that finish eating are all going to go to that gumball machine and buy a gumball, because you have 26 gumball machines in your restaurant. You just got to make sure there's at least a gumball machine on every floor that has tables and chairs. They're basically any floor that's actually serving customers, because if the gumball machine is not on their floor when they finish eating, they're not going to get a gumball. And I don't know if this is a bug, or if it was a bug and they fixed it. I don't know. It's just, this is just something that I saw when I had the gumball machines for myself. I don't have them anymore, but when I did, that's just something that I saw, that they wouldn't, you know, walk down to the first floor when they finish eating and grab a gumball. It has to be on their floor for them to grab one. Something little for you guys to know if you guys probably didn't know that. I mean, of course, golden order stand, pretty much worth it. I mean, it's $1 million. It's a lot, and it's a pretty low percentage, but it's still, you know, investment. I mean, it's still investment. It's still, you know, profitable, even though it's a lot of money. It's investment, boys. So once again, to you beginners, whenever, you know, you finally buy everything else that I said, you know, you do it, you finally AFK and grind, get the golden order stand,
And to you guys who haven't watched one of my previous videos, letting you guys know if it multiplies, I'll just let you know now to, you know, save you the trouble. It does not multiply. You can only get one of these order stands, and you can't, you know, buy 20 of them to have a 100% chance. Doesn't work that way. It sucks, but oh well. And to those beginners who need to hear this, Decor does not help, you know, with customers in any way. Nor does that stupid jukebox either. Do not buy the jukebox. All it does is plays XX Tentacion. And alrighty, like I said in the beginning of the video, I pretty much winged this video. Like I just winged it. I mean, honestly, didn't have anything written down. I just hope, you know, that my knowledge with this game was able to carry this, you know, video basically. So I'm hoping that's everything that, again, that you beginners really just need to know. I don't think there's really anything else. I mean, those are pretty much just the basic stuff that you guys need to know. And as long as you put a count to everything that I said, you basically will, you know, rise up to the top, you know, very quickly. So me, unfortunately, I haven't really been grinding on this game. I haven't really been AFK grinding, so I did unfortunately drop out of the leaderboards. There's been a lot of people using setups specifically used for, you know, getting a bunch of customers, but with my setup, it's not really meant to serve customers all that quick, but to make dinero. But soon enough, I'm probably gonna switch back to SD Mittens, because SD Mittens made a setup not too long ago. I saw her video, but I didn't copy the setup. But I'm probably gonna switch to that just because I don't really need money anymore, and I don't think even whenever I do need it, I'm not going to be able to actually spend it all that quick. So with her setup, it's still going to, you know, balance itself out with customers and money. So if anything, I'm probably going to be switching to SD Min's recent setup. If the, you know, setup that she made, it's like similar to the old one that I had. I forgot the guy's name who made it, but it was like, you know, you glitch the NPCs and they like walk to a block and they disappear instead of actually going. I don't even know. It's just something like that. She made one very, very similar to that, and it's slightly a little better. So I'm most likely going to be switching to that just so I can get back into the leaderboard. And yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. CDTV, you got some explaining to do. If you're watching this vid, my guy, who is CDTV Kaz? Who is that? I thought it was you. I walked in and I saw some girl. Who is this? Who is this impersonator? I need explaining. She got your merch. Oh, there might be a couple more things I can probably say that involves around the kitchen. So I'm gonna try to make them as quick as possible. So for the cooks, just try to make sure your stoves are closer to your order stands, because with the, you know, the cooks, all they walk to is to the order stand and then to the stove. So just make sure your order stand and stoves are closer together. Also, it would be very helpful if your kitchen was basically on the portal, just so it makes it quicker for your waiters to, you know, go through all the floors and actually serve all the other customers. If you have, you know, tables and chairs on other floors. But if you only have it on the first floor, like I do and many other people, then you don't have to worry about that. Another tip for the beginners, if you have time to spare, or if you're AFKing, you can always put an auto clicker right here. Stand at the door, you know, go to the side and just hover your cursor over the E, turn on your auto clicker. Obviously, you're going to be serving customers a lot quicker doing this. So again, a little small tip you can use. One last thing, when you're having your tables, of course, when you're barely getting into this, just pretend this is a one table and not a tiki one. You basically just need to make a bunch of tables like this. You know, just 4 groups of 4. Just imagine my chairs right there, but just one table, groups of 4. You don't need to have those single ones or doubles or anywhere. I mean, if you're a person who likes to theme out your floors and obviously have like a little like romance one, I've seen that a lot. Like people use the like red violet chairs or whatever they are to have like these like dating theme ones. I mean, if that's what you're doing, then I guess, but I mean, if you're not doing that, then just stick to these, you know, tables of 4. Okay, I didn't put this here for you guys to be served. What do you think this was? Once again, just make sure you guys put everything that I said into account. Trust me, you guys, trust me, it will help you a lot, and I can promise you that it will make you, it basically will make you a millionaire, a billionaire, like me, within like a week tops, bros, week tops. As long as you do everything, you put the work in. All right, you got, like, that's the most important thing. You know, like me saying something is one thing, but you guys putting in the work is another. You know, just make sure you guys are helping it out as well. Yo, I did not know they had sound to the water. It was so soothing. Why does it sound like it's a waterfall? Why does it sound... The water's not even moving. What is this? It's not even moving. Oh, and one last thing. I prefer buying more waiters than cooks first. Again, just my own opinion. It's just, I mean, it was just able to work a lot better. So just take it from someone who's been playing this game since day one. All right? And just been grinding it hard, you know, pretty hard. Yeah, just buy more waiters than cooks. Alrighty, y'all. So if you guys are not yet in my Discord, obviously make sure you guys go join that. The link will be down below. I got my Instagram and my Twitter down below as well if you guys want to follow those, but I do recommend the Discord, so follow that. Besides that, it has been Prime Iridium, and I catch y'all on the flip side. Riding round in a rover, if I see Optimus over, I'll send men straight to the Pova when I take shots like M-Shot Pova.